podcast. I'm in a TTRPG podcast.
I'm just recording. Does that make a nice intro?
Go get them intros.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Mate! I'm not your mate! And he casts lightning bolt. I mean, I'm considering the plan where I smash Velda with the radiant beam.
I wasn't considering that.
This clown is down to get on the town.
I smack it a few times. See? Beating! The card worked!
Its flesh feels soft.
They're not real.
My name is Bio Vienna, Lord Zizarian, the dragon who rules all of the Arrowed Realm. He has taken this boy hostage, and he will never let him go.
The adventure continues now.
We're rolling. On the whatever day of Christmas we put this ep out, my true love gave to me a level 9 adventuring party. Hello everyone and welcome to the Danger Club podcast. A very Merry Christmas, if indeed we do put this one out on Christmas Day. We're scheduled to, but it does rather depend how many episodes we get over the next few days with our record. So yeah, hopefully Merry Christmas. Hope you're enjoying your turkey. What are you doing listening to us around this? Go and do something festive with a snowman.
This is a wonderful intro.
Isn't it great? I'm on form. I'm about as with it today as I will be on Christmas Day. I
Possibly
guarantee
the best Christmas intro we've ever done. Right?
Oh, possibly. I mean, you should listen to the other ones. They're not up there. So, what you won't know, Dangerlings, is we have leveled up because I very professionally shouted it after we'd stopped the record at the end of the last episode. But yes, after successfully taking everyone through Hadley's Stag Do, throwing the party of a lifetime, I'm sure we can agree, making a man of Hadley, making a fool of Cassius, and having a lovely wedding breakfast, and being dragged through a portal into a strange world where things are unusual, things appear to be slightly artificial. We've finally gathered enough XP, we'll call it, for everyone to level up.
I was out of the room when you said it. I was out of the room.
You were out of the room.
I was out of the room. I was having a wee.
Oh, mate. Oh, well, it felt like it would have been rude to come and hammer on the cubicle door and be like, Colin, you're level 9.
Thanks. Try to wee.
Tell me your feats.
What feats did you get, Ross and James? You're not casually leveling up right now, are you?
I mean,
I don't really get many.
Good Lord, no. Nothing to do with...
Leave me alone, Scott. Leave me alone.
Literally, I haven't even had time to buy food in the last couple of weeks.
No one is gonna say you should have leveled up, guys. You've been incredibly busy. You've had a lot on. Scott, how was getting back from Stockholm? Literally last night.
Yeah, it was all right. The flight was delayed. Had a good gig. Did a self-tape. Leveled up in bed. Woke up nice and breezy.
Nice.
Excellent. Nicely done.
Stockholm was good, actually. It was nice. Have you guys ever been?
Never been to Stockholm.
It's on the list. I'd love to do it.
It's lovely. It's really nice of an evening. The lights are all low, and I really appreciate that as a nyctophile. But in the daytime, I mean, I went in the winter. It's true, man. It's dark. It's dark in the day. It gets dark around 3. Starts getting dark around 3. And yeah, that's kind of crushing. They've got a huge boat. Do you know the boat?
I've heard about the boat.
The boat.
Didn't I tell you about the boat? Didn't I say, there's a boat you can go and see?
If it makes you feel better, then yeah.
Maybe I dreamed this.
I put a call out on Facebook asking people for recommendations, and Colin didn't recommend on that. But maybe you did. I went to see the Vasa, and the Vasa was a 17th century boat made on behalf of the king, the Swedish king. Fucking chunky boy. The biggest chonker of a boy. Beautiful, massive, huge thing. It's
covered in carvings, isn't it? And all sorts of business.
Certainly was. Certainly was. Beautiful carvings. A warship that wasn't meant to be a warship, like a show-off propaganda boat.
It's
right?
a flagship.
It was huge flagship, but they still tried to fit about 70 cannons on it.
Wow.
on his flagship that wasn't really meant to go into battle. They managed to get 62 cannons on it before they got bored and put it into the water. And it had a good 20 minutes. It had a really good 20 minutes. A flotilla flying behind, and like people with banners and stuff. And then a strong breeze hit it, and it tilted. It wallowed in the water, and they'd had the gun ports open to, fire off all the cannons that they'd spent so much money on. 2% of Sweden's GDP at the time. And as the gun ports were open, the strong breeze tilted it. No one panics. Obviously, it's a fucking huge warship. Why would that be a problem? And the gun whales just started taking on water, and it just sank.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And it's eerily similar to the Mary Rose.
Mary Rose does the
It's
same,
exactly
doesn't it?
what
Yeah.
happened with Henry VIII's flagship, and
Yeah.
it's like, right, into battle you go. Blah, 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 blah.
There's a whole historical genre basically of dickhead kings basically saying I didn't ask how nautical things were. I didn't ask how things float. I asked how many guns are on it, and it's just sinking their own ships.
And that was it. And they obviously called an inquest afterwards because they were like, someone must be punished. The shipwright who had made it had died a year previous. His widow was still in charge. And they were like, well, if it's not his fault, then the admiral. And the admiral was like, so I didn't write the letter at the time, but there was a letter I drafted saying that this ship shouldn't actually be sailing. I didn't send it to the king because I was scared of the king. And then everyone was like, well, who commissioned the boat in the first place? The king was like, well, I did. And everyone went, so there's not really anyone to blame, really, is there, for this thing? They just backed out. They had the inquest. They found out it was the admiral and the king's fault, and they just went, yeah, it's fine. We'll forget about it.
Let's draw a line under it.
Literally what happened. And then, another crazy thing, like science-wise, is that thing sat at the bottom of Sweden's harbour, Stockholm's harbour, for 300 years. They were like, it sank. We can't do anything about it. Never mind. 300 years passed. They bring it up in the 60s, and it's pretty much all intact. Pretty much entirely intact. The carvings still just plastic with a bit of water. Like, it's amazing.
Is that because of the cold water? Is that it preserves it?
I don't know. They didn't really go into the science of it. They just said, look, it's been miraculously preserved. And I did watch the 17-minute film in the museum, which is a beautiful museum, by the way. If you get a chance, do go. Stockholm is really cute. But yeah, it's just fully intact. And they dragged it out and they were like, ta-da! And now they've erected a museum, a monument to stupidity. But they've done it in a wonderfully Swedish way. They've been like, isn't it great? And you're like, kind of, yeah, it's beautiful, it's amazing. And they're like, well, if it did sail properly and it did go to war, we wouldn't have had this intact wreck now, would we? And you go, I can't fault that logic. That is technically true.
Did you get the syndrome?
I didn't get the syndrome. When I left, I was quite happy to leave, and I didn't blame anyone else other than myself. Okay. I did, however, I went to a Viking mead hall.
Nice.
So I had like an hour free before the show that I was in, and I was like, it's closed on a Sunday because Stockholm and Sweden closes on Sundays. I don't know if that's logical or not. So I've only got time to go now. I went there. Guys, this place is just lit with candles. They've got shields all over the wall. And, you know, like, Sweden obviously did have Vikings.
Yeah.
I'm not about to get into that argument because let me tell you that the Norwegians, the Danes, and the Swedes have very differing opinions on what makes a Viking. And I'm not going to go there. That's you guys to have that argument. But they've got shields all over the walls, candles everywhere. And when you go in, if you booked a table, there is, like, an announcer, right? Who not only like brings you drinks and stuff, but he goes, and these fine people have come all the way from the Emerald Isle. Bring them cheer and joy. And everyone in the restaurant goes, yeah, and bangs on the tables and stuff. It's fucking sick.
I cannot imagine a place that would make you happier than that.
I was off my tits. I was in the corner. Also, they had this thing called honey beer. I couldn't afford the mead because the mead was extraordinarily expensive. If you drank anywhere in Scandinavia, it is fucking pricey. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, it is.
15 quid a beer.
More for the mead, way more. But I could afford a honey beer, and the honey beer, it's called Bragot. It's fucking delicious. They serve it in this little clay cup. It's fucking beautiful. I love it. I'm going to try and get some over here, actually. Hard recommend those two places in Sweden. Also went to a spa. It wasn't naked, though, Dan. Sorry.
Well, I'm out. That's
it. It was pretty close.
Why are you naked now, Dan?
That's right. I thought this was a spa.
It's getting Sparta.
The heating's come on now.
Yeah, it's really steamy in James's.
They did a honey beer called Waggle Dance.
I remember Waggle Dance.
Right? Waggle Dance in the bottle. It's not that great, but there was one pub for about 3 months where you could get it on tap, and it was fucking amazing. It was so good. Like just something different about it. Like, did you hear it was shit?
No, I've had it before. It's just a bit shit.
On the pumps?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, listen,
are you lying to me?
Listen, I don't want to be that guy who says everywhere in Europe is better than the UK, but the Swedes do better honey beer than we do.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's not as good.
I'm going to be that wanker now, so I'm like, sorry, the honey beer that I drank when I was in Stockholm.
But the Waggle Dance on a pump was great. Actually,
it's difficult. Don't come at Sweden, Colin, because you live on a boat, and there'll be a long ship pulling up.
Yeah, exactly. They'll come in and firing all the boats.
Come at me, Sweden!
Yeah.
No, I love you. We've got love for you, Sweden.
Yeah, I had only beer in Poland, but I was quite fun because I went out there with my partner, and she was like, "Oh, it's the best beer! I'm really excited to have this beer again." And we walked all this way to this place. And it just wasn't as good. She was like,
"Oh no!"
I was like, "It's not great." And she was like, "No, it's much better few years ago.
So it's a shame when someone goes, "Oh, you got to come to this restaurant, or you got to try this," and you try it, and it's like, "Oh."
And it was
not as good.
The place was massive. It was kind of empty. It was like I was under new management. It had changed all that kind of stuff. I was like, "Oh, they just ruined it." Yeah, she was so disappointed. I was like, "It's still okay."
I finally hit. It's good. You can just see Ross is still doing a bit of character. So one last little bit. I finally hit a sour beer that was too outlandish even for me, James. You would be having been appalled at some of my weird beer choices lately. Over at good old Black Horse Row Breweries, I came across a mango and white chocolate sour beer, and I'm sorry, that turns out that's the line. I will drink some weird beers, but it literally tasted like a bar of chocolate.
That's jumping the shark.
What? Mango and white chocolate shouldn't be mixed in real life, let alone in a beer.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
It's a tough one. Right, let's talk some level ups before we dive into this. Let's talk about, same as always, and I don't care about your numbers going up and things like that unless they're big. Tell us a fun thing that you got this level. Who's ready first? Do you want to come and...
Got a question, Dan?
Yes.
I got two things.
How'd you level up?
What are we playing?
What's this Pathfinder business then? I've got two things that I can take as a sylph, because I want to, as all of the Dangerlings know, when we first rolled up Velda, he had sort of sylph heritage, and it turns out then that all changed and we had to change things around. It's all been a bit of a hodgepodge.
You made him as a half elf first of all, then you made him change him to sylph, but you haven't taken any sylph feats yet, have you? So he doesn't really have that flavour.
Yeah, he was always a sylph. We had to do him as a half elf because that didn't exist. Now
so 9 is an ancestry feat level, is it? Interesting.
Is. Now, I can either have the rather sort of like the more tame wind pillow.
Wind pillow?
Which sounds like a sort of a quaint character from some sort of Victorian child's novel. Mr. Wind Pillow. Which is okay. It's okay. It basically means that treat all falls as though there are 10 feet less, because you've got a wind pillow.
Okay.
It's all right. There's also another one. However, that was a pure sylph. That's just pure sylph. There's another one. It is sylph.
Yeah.
But there's also, it's got a bit of morph, primal, and transmutation attached to it.
Interesting.
Morph the plasticine.
And it is, yeah, exactly. And it's so much cooler.
Yeah.
And it is wings of air.
Wings of air.
Means that once a day I can manifest 2 wings made of air for 10 minutes. Now that's really cool. That's really cool. I do like the quintessential, like the quaintness of wind pillow, but because let me point this out as well, Dangerlings. Sylphs with the control of the wind. Their feats, none of them are particularly sexy. I'm not going to lie. It's like I will buffet you with a gentle breeze. It's like
that's feats. Let me tell you, that's not just sylphs.
yeah. It's feats. So like kind of stuff. But wings of air, Dan. Would you allow me to have wings of air?
Let's have a look.
It is coming up on Path Builder as black.
I'm looking at it right now. It's a level 9 feat. It has no prerequisites. You can absolutely have wings of air.
In that case, Velda.
And you should. What level is wind pillow? Because wind pillow sounds shit.
No, wind pillow. Wind pillow. I could have had that before. That's level.
That must be like a level 2.
No, it just says lol after it. I mean, I shit you not. It says lol. Lol.
That's so
1. I think that's a 1.
It must be a level 1 because like a leaf leshy gets immunity to all falling damage at level 1 automatically. Like that's reducing that is so shit.
Yeah, it's the slightly odd way we've had to build Velda, I would say, because this came in mid character, and then by the time I was like a level 5 wizard, it was like, wind pillow.
You have some wings of air. Pick some new spells. Don't tell me what they are now. Let's bust them out.
You don't want spells? Okay, that's good.
You can tell me one, but I think it's quite fun when you just throw them at me in combat, and I'm not prepared for it.
You said one cool thing. So yes.
Do you get if it's ancestry feats? Then that's always interesting. That's got to be an interesting thing you get. Cole, have you got anything? Any little treats in the bag?
Nah.
All right.
Yeah, I have. So I took an ancestry feat, right? I've got an ancestry feat, and it gives me Storm's Lash, where wind and lightning have always been close friends, and I can now cast Electric Arc as a cantrip, which is kind of cool. So it's an innate spell, which is quite cool. So I've got an innate spell there, and also Magic Missile has been leveled up again.
Oh, it's getting better.
Yeah, man.
Signature spell.
9 D4s get rolled, and plus 9. So that's quite good, isn't it? That's not bad. That's a total of 45.
Oh my god. So nobody walk near Colin's end of the table with bare feet, because the number of D4s that are going to be falling on the floor around there, it's like caltrops around there. Beautiful.
I've had to invest in D4s.
I like him getting a bit of lightning powers with his feathers turning blue. That's a nice theme. That's pretty fun. That's Scott. What has Caragor got?
Just interestingly, James, I also had the option to fly this level on.
Did you?
Yeah. One of the things was like you can take just fly as a spell as was part of human ancestry. I was like, what? So I was super tempted because it's so useful, but I was like, that feels like Velda's thing. I don't really want to ruin that, so I took something else. I can now attack slightly more than normal, and I can make poisons.
Ooh, that's fun.
Nice.
And actually, do you know, it's probably a slightly more interesting choice anyway, because if you're fighty, then fly's not.
Well, this is it.
It's like, I fly away. It's like, well, how are you going to hit people with your sword?
Fucking great as a bow user. But
the death from above.
The feats for bows and stuff. I mean, I'm not getting any as any options, and there's no alternate feats are underwhelming, let's say.
Yes, yeah. It's always a mixed bag with the feats, but
sometimes when you get a good one, it's just I like the idea that Velda would just never be safe from being slapped by Caragor. Like I feel like that's a real comforting thing. Is Velda always knows at some point he can just be away from the rest of the club.
It's true, but do you know what? My wings last for 10 minutes. Fly lasts for 5, so you'd have 5 minutes of chasey, and then 5 minutes of ha-ha.
Fair enough.
Beautiful. I quite like as well that Caragor's learned to make potions, given that Shania learned ages ago and has never made a potion and
hasn't used it. Yeah, exactly.
All those books and things have just been lying around all this time.
Well, we took a potions class.
Yeah, of course. So this is perfect.
That's
we did. Yeah. So
also, we never have any fucking healing potions. So someone's going to have one. Anyway.
Oh, now I really am going to have to learn the crafting rules.
Crafting check.
Yeah.
It
would have been good for a wizard to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, actually, do you know what? I've never had any points in crafting, but I can put 1 skill point. If I did that, I've got crafting of 15.
Yeah,
right.
They literally shot up from 4 to 15.
That's how it works when you get to this level. As soon as you start training and stuff, they shoot up.
Yeah.
Fulton Battlestone, what's going on?
He's got a pain tolerance now for mental damage, which is quite good.
Nice.
Is that just too many blows to the head?
Yeah,
Just that,
I think due to the shard, maybe he's like now not letting it get to him anymore.
Oh, I like that.
And then I've also got a feat called Hero's Call, and I gain the 3rd level innate occult spell, Hero's Call, which gives you some stuff.
Gain heroism as a 3rd level.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I've got Juggernaut now. I'm the Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
What's your hero's call?
What do you mean? What?
Something like that.
Nay!
It's back.
Yeah. And then I got
Velda
Juggernaut,
leaves.
which
I was expecting something more, to be honest.
gives me...
You think it would have changed and adapted by level 9? It would have had some sort of added nuances. Yeah, exactly.
Colin's got an electric arc now,
Yeah. Electric arc.
I'm going to make up a noise for it. It's going to be great.
Well, no, I mean, it's electricity.
Imagine if you had an innate spell, but it really hurt every time you cast it. Oh God, Jesus!
Well, I've got this thing that Bubba always gets hurt by his spells. Like he feels pain for it.
Yeah.
When he opens up his chest.
Oh yeah, it really.
That's really a horrible image. Every time you say it, I'm like, oh God,
trypophobia.
That's lovely. I'm just looking at Hero's Call. That's lovely. That just make yourself better in combat by shouting out. And if you do it when you're on half or fewer hit points, you get a bunch of extra hit points as well. I like that. Proper good, proper dwarf, proper fighter stuff. Shania, we're not sure. Drum's taking the morning off. He's with his kids, so we'll find out what Shania has in a couple of episodes' time. It's going to be something weird. But let's dive back into the harrowing. Dive back into this strange realm that we have found ourselves in. So previously, you were dragged through a portal or jumped through a portal created by this weird tarot machine. It's sort of Zoltar, a fortune teller machine, which you believe has kidnapped Hadley. You dove through the portal, and you found yourself in this strange realm where if you look up at the night sky, the sky seems to be painted on a wooden ceiling high up above you. The grass beneath your feet feels like it's made of like cloth. It feels like everything feels unreal. Everything feels artificial here. You're in a circus, and the circus is surrounded on all sides by this thick, tangling forest of briars. You can see kind of winding brambles and things and tall, thick trees all around. This circus has it had a number of little food stalls and things, but even the food on it seemed to be fake, and there was no one around except for a group of extremely agitated Tengu dressed as clowns, who you found beating up a small fellow at the side of the circus. You intervened on the behalf of the little guy. You fought off those rascally Tengu. You defeated them, and you took their stuff. And then after you defeated them, you saw that some of them seemed to be starting to droop and almost melt away. They're not like Wicked Witch of the West. They don't just go bloop, and they're gone. Like they're like a panna cotta you've left out in the sun too long. They're just starting to wilt, you know. I don't know why panna cotta was the one that came to mind, but it did. I've been watching a lot of MasterChef, Dangerlings. So you rescued this little fellow who turned out to be wearing a chef's outfit. He's a small guy. He's a little chubby guy in a chef's costume with a big moustache. Chef's costume, an actual chef's outfit. He's got a big chef's hat on his head, wearing whites. And in the sort of a little further away from you, there is the big top, and you can hear there is music coming from the big top. And that is kind of where we left it. You were asking him about who ruled the realm. We only just jumped into the rulers of the realm, and he told you that this realm is ruled. Does anyone remember it?
No.
That's all right. It was literally the dying embers of the episode.
The Stitch, Max Havagosh, the Stitch, the Patchwork Prince, the Patchy, Princey, Stitchy sewing guy.
That is closer than I expected. It is ruled by Zazarian, the Patchwork Lord, the Dragon of the Striding Fortress.
Who's Max?
I don't know where Max came from.
Reveal a latent hatred for someone. I was going to hand out the tarot cards because we split them up by suit. I remember I got the hammers. I can't remember who else has got who. Drum's not here, so James.
The stars, I think.
No, the stars and mix are split between all of them. James, I'm just going to give you two because I feel like Velda's the tarot guy. Yeah. Because Drum isn't here, so you get two.
Rings.
No, that wasn't right.
You got the rings. That leaves Colin with.
Oh, that was the one I got. Yeah, actually, that's right. That's Colin's right. I had the stars. No, that's not stars.
The stars are split up between all five.
The keys.
Cool.
That was the keys originally.
And so we just found some stuff, but we didn't find a lot of stuff on them.
No, they didn't have a lot of things. They had some smoke sticks. That was pretty cool. You want some death sticks? Yeah. So you kind of divided a few of those bits and bobs out. So we've divided up. Reminder for the Dangerlings: we've got a deck of Harrow cards. Everyone is looking after a different suit of them at different encounters. These cards can be played to give a bonus if you choose the correct card for what is happening. We'll rejoin our heroic heroes standing there. It is night time, as much as nighttime means anything here. It is dark, and you can see the moon up on a big mechanical arm in the distance, seem to be creaking along. You hear a rumble, and far off and somewhere off in the distance, you think you can see smoke coming up from somewhere. And we'll rejoin the Danger Club, standing out there with this little chef.
Are we going to smoke? Oh no, wait, someone's alive, aren't they?
Hello, it's me.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about you.
Oh yes, little chef. Can you do an Olympic breakfast? That's a very niche British gag. So niche.
It's very niche.
Do you know for definite that there is a young man in that castle who has been captured by the Patchwork Prince, the castle that's smoking?
Yes, that's the way I left.
Oh yeah, of course you said, didn't you? You left because it was horrible.
That's yes. I used to be the chef. I used to be the head chef to the Patchwork Lord.
Are you real?
Of course I'm a real.
Don't ask him.
Are you a real?
Existential crisis.
Yeah, I'm real. I'm real, man.
You are gonna be real.
Do you know how you know if you're real?
How do I know if you're real?
You know you're real when you think. Because if you think, therefore, I am real.
If I think I am a real, then I am a real.
There you go.
I'm a
He's
real.
real. Chef's real.
It's not I know if you're real.
Yeah, I think, therefore, I am real.
No. Eels are big slippery boys and lampreys have got the bigger jaws.
Have you ever jumped over an eel?
No, I've jumped over a shark.
Have you?
Yep.
Oh, you told me about that once.
Yeah. You there, chef.
Oh, sorry.
I know you've just left because it was terrible, but we've got to go back in that castle to get our friend. Do you, by any chance, know a secret way into castle, like a chef's, like a wait, like a service
Chef's
entrance? You know, chef's
because every castle has a chef's entrance.
You know, it's just next to the Olympic breakfast.
It's so when you're under attack, you can release the chefs.
Chefs.
Release the chefs.
Release the chefs.
That's what Aragorn and Gimli were jumping out of in the Siege of Helm's Deep. Of the chef's entrance outside.
Wasn't talking about doors. He was talking about the salad. Toss me.
Nice.
Oh no! You must know about you must know the secret of the striding a fortress, don't you?
No, if we must know it, it wouldn't be much of a secret, I suppose.
Oh, you make a lot of sense.
Thank you. That's how you know you're real.
Whoa! I thought it was if I think. Now I have to think and make a sense.
Yeah.
It's all right. Is it a real secret?
It's well, I mean, a lot of people know it, but I guess some people don't know it. At what point, how many people who don't know a thing makes it not a secret?
It's a good question. I'm not sure.
I feel like that's a question for like devils and Mephistopheles. Do you know what I mean?
Devils?
What?
He starts looking around, afraid.
Don't worry.
Are you a devils?
No.
No.
Good.
Tell us where this entrance is.
No, that's the thing. Nobody can find the Striding Fortress.
You left?
I left. But now that I have left, I can never find it again.
Why not?
You can only find a Striding Fortress if you are invited by the Lord himself. Or only the very powerful people of the realm know how to find the Lord.
Who?
He looks really confused. He's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean a who? How do you not know these things?"
Who? Wait, you an owl?
Oh no, maybe a ham.
A real owl?
This has become a real extent.
You an owl or a ham? Make up your mind.
I don't want to be an owl. I want to be a man.
Then tell us who we need to go to.
And we'll make you into a man. That sounded a bit weird, actually.
It's real creepy. Yeah.
Super weird.
I didn't mean it like that. It just meant, you know.
Oh, I regret it so much. I wish I had never left the fortress. My master, he's a bad guy, and I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy. I just don't want to make. Don't say pasta. I just don't want to make a
Pizza?
tiramisu.
Saved.
Good save, yeah.
You can make a tiramisu for us if you tell us who the people that get invites to castle are.
Oh, I would love to make a tiramisu again.
So would
You could open a tiramisu shop out here.
This is what I wanted to do. I want to start my own life, but I don't know my way around the rest of the realm.
You could call it the real tiramisu.
Also, you'd need some help. I assume you'd need a tiramisu chef. False optimism, nailed it.
It's good, actually.
Thanks.
I was hoping that the clowns from the Midnight Circus would want to join to help me make my tiramisu shop, but I forgot that clowns famously hate a tiramisu.
It's true. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Where are the clowns?
He points at the.
That was him. Remember, they were all painted up
The
like
bed
that.
things.
They tried to take my spatula. They tried to force me to tell them where the fortress is.
Caragor grabs him by both lapels. Tell us where the fortress is.
Another adventuring party appears. You can't have that. You're trapped in a loop. No, he's like, I was coming to speak. I was coming to speak to the Lord of the Midnight Circus. I was hoping that maybe he was powerful. He would know.
Okay, great. Thanks. Calgon lets him go.
He says, I don't know how you don't know this. Everybody knows this. The conspirators rule the realm. The nine conspirators. They rule all of the realm.
The 9 naked conspirators.
Why did you add naked?
I swear that's what you said.
Absolutely not. Go back and listen to that podcast, Ross Hamston. Go back and just press 15-second skip back on Spotify, and you will hear no one said naked.
So there are 9 naked conspirators, right? Where are they? Do we have to be naked when we approach them?
They rule over the. I hope not. I hadn't thought that through.
We'll see.
Maybe you should, just to be safe.
It might be a thing.
Yeah. So hang on, you're coming to talk to the leader of the Midnight Circus, and then you start talking about the conspirators. Now, is the leader of the Midnight Circus one of the conspirators?
See, he's Bonadetti. He is one of the conspirators. The conspirators rule over all of the realm. They each have their own kingdoms here. They each have their own areas of control.
Where can we find this Bernadette Williams?
He points a shaking hand at the big top. Bonadetti always oversees his show here, but the shows are here. The shows here have not been going so well. The circus has fallen on hard times.
Is his last name Williams? Did I?
Yeah,
you totally made that up.
What's going on here? I'm sat between two wordy add-on people.
Bernadette Williams.
Is he a courtesan?
No, he's not a courtesan.
Is he a twin?
No, don't do this. It'll probably be the carnival, Fulton. It'll probably be the fucking carnival. Stop reading things out.
Fon just starts playing plays 52 card pickup.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Bundle.
Do you want these cards? Yeah.
A naked man walks past. Hello, I'm Naked Williams. It's probably me that you were thinking of. No, don't throw NPCs in. We've got enough names we've got to give to fucking people.
Yeah.
I was hoping I could speak to him about maybe setting up a tiramisu shop in his circus.
Come on then,
Naked Williams.
No, I have no money to invest in tiramisu. I've invested it all in nudity.
No pockets, no money.
No problems. And he strides up into the briars. They're so sharp.
Always wonder what happened to Tom Bombadil. All right, let's go with you to see Bernadette
Williams,
the Lord of the Midnight Circus, who is a conspirator, to help him to get you a tiramisu shop and to get us an audience, an invitation to the castle, which has got our mate in it. That is just as complex as this needs to be. Thank you very much. Off we go.
Let's keep it simple.
It's those early days of the adventure vibes, isn't it? I've got so many names to learn. What are the politics of this place? What's going on? All right, so he points in the direction of the big top, and you head towards it, and as you get closer, you can hear the sound of sobbing. And sitting in the dark, just outside the big top, sitting on a log. In fact, almost as tall as the big top. When I say big top, this thing is fucking huge. This is a big sort of Spiegel tent with a big opening in it. And sitting next to it on I say log, but it's like a fallen tree, is a gigantic humanoid figure. They are about 11 feet tall. They have kind of grayish, craggy skin and scruffy black hair. They are wearing they're wearing like a circus performer's uniforms. They've got like a red jacket with like lapels and gold embellishments and things on it, and big proud boots. And they are. You can see next to him a big set of juggling clubs. As you get closer, you can see the figure has a moustache painted on his face, or painted on its face, and it is crying into his hands as you approach.
What's wrong, mate?
I wanted to be... Getting the voice right? I wanted to be a star, but I am never going to be a star. They hate me. They hate my performances. Old and stale I have become.
Who hates them?
The people who used to love me. They used to come all this way to see me. They used to come all around to see my show. I used to see the look on their faces. They'd light up. The children would light up and they'd cheer and they'd dance and they'd love and they'd call out my name. And now they just sit and stare and they boo.
What's your name?
My name comes from Stu Jackson. Stu hasn't had one for a little while.
Nice one, Stu.
Yeah.
My name is Anti-Disestablishmentarianism.
Hello, Auntie.
I love everyone else gets a cheer and Stu gets a, oh, Stu.
We know you too well.
We love you, Stu.
We picked you up. We picked a hard word.
People would cheer for Auntie. They would chant Auntie because that's the easier part of my name to chant.
They would chanty Auntie.
They would chanty aunt. The auntie chanties would go out around the big top every time I juggled and performed. But now they don't chant anymore. They're bored of my act. They hate me.
Oh, well. See ya.
That's show business, kid.
Yeah, it fucking is, buddy. He's not a juggler.
He's a juggler, isn't he?
Hey?
He's got juggling sticks.
He's got big juggling clubs. There are juggling clubs next to him.
juggling clubs.
Next to him,
Oh, maybe.
What do you reckon,
Well, we got burned by the other one, didn't we? So we're
We
a bit
did.
cautious now.
Like it's probably like really interpretation. like,
well, if you've
based,
got the
isn't it?
instruction,
No,
can you get the booklet?
We don't need the...
We got the last one wrong, Ross.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
totally
no,
get the
but
last
Dan
one wrong.
said-
Let James read it.
Right,
Come
so
on.
Velda's like, well, if you want to
Let's
use
be honest,
the
it's all
juggler-
open into interpretation.
We're not playing the actual game of it.
No, yes, true.
He's a juggler. It's probably like the Crows or something. It's
We're at this-
completely.
I have a carnival card. I mean, he hasn't presented us with a problem yet. Excuse me, are we all right to go to...
Could you present us with the problem?
Got the problems, yeah.
Solve you.
Could we go to see the Midnight Lord, Bernadetti?
If you want to see Bernadetti's inside. He'll be watching the show. Those accursed bears. He'll be watching the bears.
The bears.
The bears who stole my spotlight. The bears, those bears used to sweep the arena before when I was a star. Those bears would clean my clubs, and now all people want to see is those damned bears.
I mean, that's just the cycle of. I mean, they've good for them. They were cleaning, and now they've become part of the show. I think that's a good progression. That is, you don't get that in some performance spaces. Let me fucking tell you. Sometimes you start off as sweeping stuff or dressing up silly just on door, and you stay there. Sometimes there's not upward progression. I'm glad actually that this carnival, this circus respects that. There's a chance for everybody. It's egalitarian. That is, auntie.
Well, maybe for you, but not for Auntie. Auntie used to be a star.
We are going to go see Bernadetti now. Are you going to, out of resentment or anything, try and do a murder on any bears or us? Because we've got a couple of cards here, and they're both are valid. So
We could play them.
We could play them now. Are you going to be a problem?
Yeah, is there any problems
you
you
chill?
need? Yeah.
You going to chill out, or?
Why do you want to see Bernadetti?
Because we want an invite to a party.
A party?
Yeah.
Bernadetti will never speak to you.
Okay, great.
Why not?
You're just riffraff, story kin from the Briar. I don't see why he'd ever give you the time of day.
Well, why don't we just go in and find out?
Perhaps. Could I interest you in a little proposition?
Maybe. Are you going to physically bar our way from going to see Bernadetti?
Why don't... I've got a plan. I think I see star potential in some of you.
You just said we were story kin from Briar.
Ignore that. That's not... You misheard me. I think you've got talent, the four of you. I think... And you, little chef. I think we should... What if we put on a show? What if we strode on into that big top and we won the audience over and they loved us? You could bring me back. You could get me back to the big time. We could really show up those bears.
Why would we do that?
because then you'll be stars.
But we're not-
Then you'll be celebrities. Everyone in the realm will want to come to see you. You'll be lavished with fortunes. Everyone will say, come and see Auntie and the 4 guys, and they'll think you're just wonderful, and Bernadetti won't be able to refuse seeing you sing. She'll be his star act.
We could just ask him, you know, like, it seems a bit convoluted.
Also, play the card, Colin. wait. Out of character. Play the juggler card.
The juggler? What are we saying?
We make this guy go
Yeah,
away.
why not?
Or just make him
James?
famous in his own world.
What do you reckon?
Book reader?
Well, I can read it. Well, the juggler represents fate, the gods, or those who play with the lives and destinies of others. If the juggler can keep up his rhythm, he will achieve his goals. But in a misaligned placement, he falters, and tragedy and failure are assured for those whose lives he meddled
So
in.
if we go in and put on a show and he goes in and juggles like a bitch, then we lose. But if he juggles like a boss, then maybe we become celebrities.
Just to confuse things further, I also have the carnival card and the bear card here.
Yeah.
I think the bear's a reach.
Okay.
Well, let's meet the bears. But
Okay, well, I mean, from what you just
but
described,
the juggler, he is literally.
From what you just described,
he
the
is
juggler
a
could apply
He
to
is literally
literally
a juggler.
anything.
Yeah, I know, we don't know what the bears do, and that's singular bear. Let's find out at the carnival. But the juggler, he is a juggler. I'm just wary. How long is this adventure path? Are we literally going to go and it goes, and then for the next 6 months we're like,
Oh
this
God,
is
we
massive.
played all our cards.
Yeah, it's like
I've played all my cards.
we played all our cards.
we don't listen. The steps are put on a show, rehearse, perform, and act a show.
The winner
put it
takes it
on
all.
to some audience, get them to see it. This guy gets to be a star. He sort of treats the bears like shit. I don't really think that's fair. And then we get an audience to see Bernadetti, who then we've got to convince to get as an audience with Patchwork Prick, and then we get Hadley back. So the steps are increasing. Could we reduce one by just playing a card?
What do you think we should do, Dan?
I mean,
I'd like to also point out that this is the first time in the history of this podcast that you've been actively trying to get out of putting on a show to solve a problem.
Yeah, we can put on it.
But I'm not saying you have to do either one. I think it's interesting.
Ross, go on. You haven't said anything for ages. Normally, you're very decisive about this kind of stuff.
I'll roll
I don't think. I think mechanically they just give you bonuses in certain situations, don't they?
We didn't get any bonuses for the card that we burnt earlier.
I think if you use them in the
fluffed
right situation, then yes.
No, mechanically,
that's what it's going to do.
We literally asked Dan, and he was like, "You've got it's like a card per a scenario. You got to find the right key for the lock in literally every scenario. 52, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say use it then. I think
Seems like a juggler.
Yeah, it's a juggler.
We're playing the
learn
juggler
more. We'll learn more if
cards.
it's not. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, Bubba draws the juggler card, takes it up, throws it out, and rather than falling on the floor and dispersing, it flies up into the air and just kind of hovers around the group of you, glowing with a golden light. What are you doing? What's that?
That, my friends, is squad.
That's show business.
Yeah.
That's razzmatazz right there.
It's your audience, and hopefully it'll be a way to make you a star without impugning on the Bears' successes.
Now pick up those jubbling sticks. Jubble as
easy
best
for
you
you to
can.
say.
You're already a star. You had the talent within you all the time, and
although I
also
think-
the
I
Bears
think-
are fine.
If you had it once, you can have it again.
And I think we should have a little temperature for the first proper use of a card.
We don't know that yet.
Yay!
We don't know that yet. It's just
I mean,
it's
it
shining
didn't
light.
fall on the floor and just go.
Yeah.
So we were right.
But I mean, we don't know. There could be like
Stop
52
doom saying
different
that,
outcomes.
Scott.
Just
I know,
saying, I'm
I know.
also a DM. I can
At
just.
least
there's
it didn't fall
multiple
on the floor and go.
outcomes.
Let's have a cheer for it not going.
Yeah.
It's lucky I had a look at that other deck. Isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, look at that. You looked at your decks that. Yeah, we gave each other. Yeah, it's a good thing we were looking at
no,
our decks.
I didn't look at mine. There was one
he's-
over here. I
he's-
looked at this one.
Are you looking at James's deck?
No, the other one,
That's
drums
deck,
one.
isn't it? That's drums deck.
But James had it.
It was
but yeah.
literally on the top.
Yeah, it was. No,
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't. No,
Was it not?
I searched through them.
Yeah, shut up, James.
Are we doing a show or not?
Well, it's not in that deck anymore because I gave it to Dan.
Anyway, are you happy with the thing that's
Go
up?
in there
I
and
thought
do
it
your
was
thing.
like for both of us. I just,
All right, let's put on a show.
Oh, so
Just follow my lead. All right.
Right.
Still do the fucking show. I have to get.
I think we just got to do the show.
All right, let's just
What
go.
you just want? All right, no, that's fine.
Do you want some music? I'll play some music.
Let me get. Gosh, been ages. Cara Bonara's outfit on. That's going to take me a while.
Okay, I'll do some axe swallowing.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to swallow MZ.
Oh, God. Horrific. Thank you, Stu. Anti-disestablishmentarianism stands, picks up a juggling clubs, and pushes open the door to the tent. And inside, you can hear bored murmurings, the sound of a crowd, but not a crowd that seems to be overly excited about what is happening. You can hear just kind of general mumblings. You push your way inside, and there is a large, big top with a big sort of pillar in the middle, holding the whole thing up. You can see trapezes and stuff strung up in the side. There are a number of bleachers around on which sit an assortment of figures of different ancestries, wearing mostly kind of workers, kind of commoners' clothing, just sort of breeches and things like that. Some of them are wearing slightly colourful clothes. They all look bored to tears. They're all sat in these bleachers, just kind of yawning and staring into the middle of the circus, where there are 4 bears riding unicycles, doing very slow laps of the circus, wobbling on them, trying to wave at the people, and the people are like. At the far end of the circus, you can see an elaborate-looking golden cage with drapes pulled down across it. That's the far side of it. Auntie looks at you all and says, all right, I think we've got this. And Auntie like starts to juggle and just starts to try and throw the. We need to do a little build-up first, surely.
Oh, I've already started. What are we doing? What's the act?
No, ladies and gents, this is the moment you waited for. Buried in the buds is my axe going in my mouth.
Oh, God.
And carbonara is next to me with spaghetti on her head. And there's also Baba, and Velda is a necromancer.
Don't fight it, it's coming for you, coming at you. I'm gonna put this pasta on my head with a spatula. Bubba's got feathers and they light up, isn't that... and Velda lights up Auntie's jugglers. Wah 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 cha.
My name's Bubba, and I've got an axe too, but I'm not going to put it in my mouth. I'll put it in my shoe. I've got a banjolele.
You just dropped the beat.
It's pretty cool.
I thought it was into the
I don't know this song. So
don't know The Greatest Showman.
I've never seen it.
It's not.
Never listened to it. Never seen it.
Oh, you must have gone out your way to avoid it.
It's
I just
everywhere.
put hip hop on and
Just goes into a rap bit in the song.
yeah, that's really funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know where I was, so I'm just going to leave it there. Bubba Von Hoops, I got nice blue hair, even though they're feathers. It's all good. You know that I'm not from that place that I'm not even going to say because, you know, that's like cultural appropriation. So, all right, Velda.
Nope, not following that. That's Dancing Lights.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Couple of things gonna happen off the base of that. I would like performance checks.
Say, yeah.
From who?
Good thing I used that as my.
I think everyone. Let's let everyone have a go. You can. I know it's a stretch for Velda.
I mean, yeah, literally just cast Dancing Lights.
16 for Fulton.
Interesting.
That's straight up 10 for Velda, but yeah, he's not trying to perform really. He's just casting Dancing Lights. Go woo, sort of swirl about the place.
Did you get Carragher?
10.
26.
We're keeping you up, Ross.
Yeah.
That's it. You're spent now. You've sung The Greatest Showman, and now you're spent.
Yep. Lean back on my chair.
Yeah, my work is done.
I've never seen it. I've never heard it. Like,
I've never seen it, and I don't really know the song that well. It's not for any avoidance. It's just I'm not really My bag.
I had this conversation with my dad about what was that? What's that? What's the thing that Candice based her character on? What's that show? The film, the ice one.
Which character?
Elsa.
Frozen. Yeah, Frozen. Like I had this conversation with my dad. He was like, "You must have heard that song." I was like, "No." He went, "Come on, you've heard it." I went, "No, I haven't. I've not heard the Frozen songs."
That is
Don't
quite
know.
weird.
Yeah, that's.
No, I mean, even I haven't
7
seen the film,
years.
so I even heard like the one about like that one.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
I
I couldn't tell you the context or what it was doing the film, but I've heard
You two remind me of the fucking two old Muppets. And
Did you hear about that?
Because I don't sit there watching animated Disney films intended for children. Yes,
I can tell
do
you
you know
about-
what? I'll take that hit.
it's just a piece of cinema.
I can tell you about Grip, who's an Atlanta rapper. Sorry,
He's a ratter?
He's a ratter.
He's a
yeah.
ratter?
An Atlanta ratter.
Now that's all.
Catches rats all over the place.
ratter on.
I'm a West Coast ratter.
Roll out a barrel.
Damn it, Dangerlings! Damn it!
He was going to go. He was going to evoke the hip hop, and it's turned into a Victoriana sort of sketch.
Victory for everyone else.
Got the stick, got the sack.
Let's get some numbers. What are we talking?
10.
10.
26.
26.
Oh, I forgot.
It was 16?
Well, it's because it was 16.
16.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
10.
And 10 for Caragor. Cool. They don't care for The Greatest Showman, but they do seem to care for the hip hop. As soon as Bubba finishes his bars, some of the crowd perk up and just start pointing over at all of you and start clapping. You hear one and go, "Do it again!"
No. Now that now
do
for
the juggling
the
now.
juggling.
Auntie's just like,
Juggle.
Auntie's like, "What are you doing?" And they, "You're stealing my spotlight.
We're hype men.
You're just like those bears." The bears all look at you angrily as well. The bears are like,
Yo, my name's Bubba. I'm a motherfucker, but don't look at me. Look over at the juggler. Oh!
they all look at the. They're like, "Piss off, juggler! We want more. We want more of the rapping."
Shit. I'm trying to like.
Auntie walks into backs away from you, juggling her clubs along to the bears, and goes, "Bears, I've been wrong. I've been wrong all these years. It's not you that's trying to steal my spotlight. It's him. It's him. They've come here to take our place."
What do we do?
Why can we just leave him to do his? I knew this would happen. Just like literally,
How did you know
because
that
we
would
even
happen?
threw a flipping card saying the juggler, and then we walk in and try and upstage him. Like, what was the plan here?
He asked us to do a show together. I knew that was going to happen. No, yeah, of course
he
you did,
That's
mate.
why I
Of
didn't do
course
it.
you did.
He's going to go in and
know
juggle
things in retrospect after they become true.
He even
and then
started
you
to juggle
always know
before
it,
you
Felder.
started
It's
your
weird.
song, Falter.
Juggle your life.
Sorry, as a she.
Well, do you know what's going to happen now? You're going to roll for initiative.
Fucking hell.
God.
Oh my god! This is
Have we just made a
this is
baddie?
just 52 fights in a row, that are fucking vaguely carnival themed.
Oh.
Right, 30 for Fulton.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Fulton's going to go first with that. But
Scouts
we'll see.
warning.
31.
That's one bit.
Kara just goes. Oh,
Okay. Fulton's on a 30.
Well, Scouts were
Anyone
plus
else?
one.
Plus
32.
one. A 32?
Yes.
That's
Rolling them high ones.
a 2.
See, the hip hop brings it out.
2 on the die, so that's an 18.
18 for Velda. And Caragor.
20.
A 20 for Caragor. So
Just
that-
like, oh.
What are we doing? Are we trying to kill these people?
Well, they're not real, are they?
True.
I don't know. We've been asked to
True.
roll initiative, so your discretion.
So then Kara goes in there. Too many bears.
Bears as well. We've got to fight bears.
Got to fight 4 bears and a juggler.
But you knew this was going to happen, didn't you?
I did. To be fair, I didn't know he was going to attack us. I mean, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
It seems
I
a bit
thought
extreme,
we'd
doesn't
probably fuck up whatever it was we were supposed to do because it's like just leave
I
him
just
do
had no.
it.
I thought we were just going in and doing the thing that he asked us to do. Like,
And now they're attacking us.
It was
What do you want from us?
It was the fact that
right.
the biggest clue was the fact that the DM was just sort of carrying on with this thing, and we stopped him. And it,
Wow. Would that have picked up on the microphones?
Yeah.
So if you didn't hear that, that was not a sound effect. That was proper thunder. The lightning was right outside the window.
That's why you don't disagree with the DM, because he casts sudden bolts. I wish I cast sudden bolt. That was right above us. Literally, the room just sort of flashed white for a second. Yeah.
So is that not even a second in between it?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Of all of the times that the electrics have gone weird during our records and it didn't then. Don't tempt fate. First person to act in this combat is, of course, Bubba Von Hoops. Now, I say combat at the moment. No one has thrown in an attack. It's you have seen the. You have seen that the juggler is backing away, juggling clubs, looking furious, and the bears are all turning and growling and looking threateningly at you. Interestingly, as the juggler backs away, the juggler card floats away from you and follows the juggler and stays near the juggler. So whatever it's doing something with that juggler. Bubs, you are up first.
Wait, everyone, wait. I know that you enjoyed my rhymes, but now is not the time for fighting. Now is the time that we come together and see the juggler. Invite them into the middle of this tent. Bring the juggler out and throw your rent money at them, because they're...
That was great. I love that.
Let him cook.
Because their act is the best act, the act that you want to see. I am merely just a support act. They are the one that we are here to see. So everyone, I lead the applause. Bring on the jugglers. They're yours. And round of applause.
Caragor starts cheering the juggler.
Make a perform check.
Can that be an aid? It's not my turn. I'm in combat. Can I aid?
Not yet. No, you have to wait till your turn to be able to prepare an aid.
It is a 25.
It's a 25. You got any bonuses going on in there?
No bonuses yet.
No bones just yet.
But I can say 26 if you want.
I can just cheat if that makes sense.
Straight up lie check.
I mean, could I retroactively inspire courage and give myself a bonus for that? I don't know if inspire courage gives me a bonus. Actually,
it does not give you a bonus.
No,
so that wouldn't help. So you throw out your rhymes, but the crowd seem unmoved by the crowd. The crowd look between you and all start just going, fight. Fight! 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 Fight!
That was a good effort as well.
Yeah, it was really good.
But you do get a sense that you get a sense from. I'll give you something for that performance check. You get a sense that they are the bears and the juggler, Auntie and the bears are paying attention to the crowd. Like they are, the crowd's reactions are affected. They're kind of looking back over to the crowd at the moment. But at the moment, the crowd seem to be behind them and are chanting for them to fuck you up. That's one action to do that song. What would you like to do next?
Do it again.
It's hang on. How much is it to
Have you got like calm emotion? No calm emotion.
It should be a 2 action to do to try and win the crowd
buzz.
over. To spit, well, it's because it's kind of like because it is there isn't. This is part of where we're doing a conversion from 1E to 2E. Perform check. It would normally be in first edition. It would be a standard action. So I reckon it's a 2 action. Okay, 2 actions to do. It's 2 actions to do that. So you got 1 action.
Well, that didn't work. Team, it looks like we're gonna have to fight.
No,
there's nothing we can do.
Don't.
Well, unless you lot can. Look, I'll tell you what. Right, there's nothing.
We'll all just try diplomacy, or I can intimidate them into looking at the.
I can only do one more thing. So I will inspire courage just in case it turns to combat. All right.
You start singing your song,
but with the intention of not starting a fight.
Okay, you sing a song of violence intended for peace, and everyone.
Oh no, you make me sound like a government.
So you do it's got like a really it's like a really heavy beat, but the lyrics are all about puppies and friendship.
Yeah.
So you start singing your song. Everyone gets a bonus. Fulton Battlestone, you're up next.
I could either do intimidation or performance.
What's better? Is it intimidation that's better?
Yeah. I'm going to go, listen to me, you crowd. If you don't watch the juggler over there and cheer like nobody's business, I'm going to take this axe and I'm going to bury it into your nearest and dearest.
Not even to them. To
Gonna kill
kids. Oh my god! And their nans
in the arena.
What's
No, I'm not going to read that out, Ross.
what was
my
it?
fucking
What was
role.
it?
Natural 1.
He's as intimidating as a small fluffy kitten.
you see one of their kids getting up out of the audience, being like, "Come on, then, come on!"
We're in Kent. I knew it.
Puts his cat backwards and he goes for you. His parents are holding him back. They're just like, "Boo, boo! I thought you were going to swallow it."
Is that one action?
That's 2 actions. Anything to try and influence the crowd is a 2 action.
Okie dokie. I will then use.
Swallow the axe.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, "Oh,
It's a
yeah,
stow action, Ross. I know what you say about that.
yeah."
If you throw it up in the air and then let go of it, it's a free action because you're just dropping it. So it's-
Interesting.
Oh, fuck it. I'll just wait. I'm just gonna be like, "Come on,
Come on, then. Dub it. Enough of that.
Let your child go, I'll be here.
no, I'm not really."
Oh my gosh. All right, that means it's time. It's time for some bears to take some actions. The bears swing round on their unicycles, stretching out their claws in a furious fashion. Consider your appeals to look at the juggler. They look at the juggler. They look at the crowd. They see the crowd cheering them on. They look at you. They stretch out their claws. And they barrel towards you on their unicycles. And that's where we leave it for tonight.
This week's episode was made possible by our patrons, and especially our Dangerling of the Week, Stephen Revay! That was Stephen Revay, by the way. I went a bit over the top there. Went to the wrestling last night. Well, not me, but someone did. To get your name on the show, go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast. Go on then!
Fulton Battlestone, you're up next.
Fulton?
Starts ringing the doorbell.
Fulton starts.
I